Is a $29.99 smartphone worth it? Because I set myself a challenge saying I can spend the most little amount of money as possible trying to get a smartphone as decent as possible. Now, the troubles I went through trying to get this phone were pretty serious. I had to go to three Best Buys and a Walmart to try and track a phone down. And then, right as I gave up hope, some guy from the Best Buy I last time I was at said, "Hey, we have a phone you may want to take a look at." And I just dashed over there as fast as I could and picked up this phone, the ZTE Maven, a cheap smartphone that is ready for anything. The only reason why I like this phone so much is because it's stunning looks. You have a lot of confidence in holding it in the hand, and it's running basically near stock Android 5.1 Lollipop, which I love. I love stock Android. Explain why I have a Nexus 6P. Really should have gotten the 5X. I don't like the 5.7-inch display, but okay. This phone is actually not half bad because, well, it handles just about everything I would like. It has a 1.2 gigahertz ARM Cortex processor and 1 gigabyte of RAM, even though the Best Buy and Walmart stores say it has 2. You can cheaply expand the storage for up to 32 gigs. It also has a 854 or a 480 by 854 display, which is actually not half bad. That's right up against the iPhone 5S, I think. And it's not half bad, actually. I love it a lot. It looks bright and crispy, and the battery is a 2100 milliamp hour battery that will get you through the entire day. Now, I think it has or I don't know what the graphics processor, Snapdragon 804 probably, and I've played some seriously intensive games on this thing, and it hasn't slowed down once. The only time it has slowed down is when I left it in my back pocket while watching the Super Bowl and just restarted the phone and it was back to normal. So setting up the phone isn't half bad either. All it takes is 10 minutes and a bit of patience for it to load everything, and then it'll start updating instantly, and then you have your phone. Now, I've had the phone for about 2 weeks now, and I've taken plenty of pictures to know that this camera is pretty good. Now, it is a 5 megapixel sensor for this camera on this side, and then this is a 2 megapixel camera. It looks like, well, at least it looks like a 2 megapixel camera. When people say it's VGA quality, 0.7 megapixels, which actually is not half bad. This phone is seriously impressive for what it is. I can take 720p video on it for 2 hours before I run out of storage, which is not half bad. Comes stock with 8 gigs of storage, but after all the AT&T software bloatware and all the updates are installed, and all your regular apps like Twitter, Facebook, Real Racing 3, and maybe Dumb Ways to Die, and all the regular apps are installed, you're going to be looking at about none, or like no storage. After all the updates and bloatware is installed, you have literally no storage. So basically, like a game and like an app is all you can put on it. So you may want to get an SD card for it, which is what I did. I went for the max storage for about $18 at my local Best Buy. When I was waiting for them to get the phone out from the back, I was literally in the PC gaming section playing with the mechanical keyboards and RGB keyboards. But yeah, I thought that was fun. And this phone I strongly recommend because it's not half bad. So, yeah. In the box, you will find the phone itself, a SIM card, a user guide, and all the AT&T stuff. It also comes in multiple languages. I love this option. You can remove the battery to expose a non-removable 2100 milliamp hour battery and the SIM card and a micro SD card up to 32 gigs. It's also not the worst display I've ever seen coming in of that sexy resolution, which looks pretty tight. Now the screen is a serious fingerprint magnet, and it's actually not half bad. It also pairs pretty seamlessly with my Cyan U8 smartwatch, which does go off quite frequently now. This being an Android phone, you have some pretty cool Easter eggs. Tap on the Android version 5.1 a whole bunch of times, this will come up. It is the name for Android that they gave this year, and you will also reveal a game if you hold the button. It's not half bad, actually. The phone's pretty snappy, and I like it a lot. But overall, I strongly recommend getting a $29.99 smartphone that is not half bad. To cheaply expand the storage, all I need to do is get like a 32 gig micro SD card because that's its max storage. I've had the phone for about 2 weeks now. It has gotten slightly scratched up, but overall, it has done great. I've played some pretty serious games on it, like Ray Racing 3, and Dumb Ways to Die. For some reason, that's just a good pastime. It's holding all my apps and all my games and all my music and movies. The only thing that it's not on is my network. I'll let you guys know if you liked it. If I like it enough to get it on my network. I've had it slow down about 2 times now, about once per week. All I've had to do is restart the phone and it'll be completely normal. But when you're starting up the phone, the AT&T sound is gonna tell everyone, "Hey, you just started up your phone. Get off of it." Because it happens during school. The button's very easy to press, but the buttons are very clicky and very tactile. The only thing that does kind of bug me is it does not have on-screen buttons like I like. It has off-screen buttons that are capacitive as well. The entire screen is capacitive, which is great in today's market. But the phone is very quick and very snappy most of the time, actually all the time. But if you just need a new phone or you're going out of the country for a long time, I do strongly recommend the ZTE Maven on a contract. But I am going to admit it. I'm taking my 6P off the AT&T network and putting my new ZTE Maven on my AT&T network as my new daily driver. That's how good it is. My friend has something like, I think it's the Obsidian. I don't know. But if you take care of a phone, it'll last a long time and will be decently good. So if you guys like this video, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. And leave a comment on what you want to see me do next time. So this is me signing off, and I'll see you guys next video.